was it like going back and having, 2 touchdowns in that building?
It's crazy, real, but I think it's just something about the bright lights. When the bright lights come on, the cream of the crop rises, and just something about these moments. Just the level of play always elevates, and just rising to the occasion. But preparation breeds success, and that's one thing that I always believe in, and prepared all week, really hard for. Just moments like this, and just knowing they can happen at any moment. But just super happy with how we came out, on a national stage and put on a dominating win.
Hey Christian, I know that Kyler said that he wasn't going to make a big deal about this, but I'm just wondering, once you got in the game, do you feel like Kyler was feeling the pressure of playing at home?
I don't think so. He doesn't flinch, and beginning we were just working some things out. Seeing what they were doing coverage-wise. That's one of the things when we get into a game. Just some teams play this a little different than what we were expecting. So just filling out a little bit, and then once we got the ball rolling, got our run game going, and started completing some passes. Everything went pretty efficiently.
Christian, I know Kyler missed Andy a few times deep before he found you for that 80-yard touchdown. So on top of just the points itself, how big was it to have an explosive play like that in that moment in the game?
It was huge. Like you said, we had missed, 2 of them early. And just in general, offensively, that's one of the things I've always preached about this offense is we're predicated on, these deep shots, these explosive plays. And, that was definitely a play that we needed to just kind of, spark us and put us over the top. And, it was a play we had in all week and we were excited about. It was high on our call sheet for our deep shots. And, when the opportunity presented itself, the offensive line did a great job protecting. And on me to go out there and make a play. They had been rolling a safety over, DeAndre all game, and so it was leaving me, one-on-one opportunities. And so it was just, a matter of me just making the most of the opportunity and completing the pass.
Next up, Kevin Cam Kent.
Hey, Christian, just wondering, after those first 3 possessions where you're kind of feeling stuff out, how big was it just that, from your perspective, the defense set you guys up for a couple, your first 2 scores?
Absolutely huge. They were lights out all night. Those guys bring so much intensity, during practice, and that's one of the things, even last week, there's been such a competitive nature out there on the practice field, guys just going at it and making it game-like atmosphere, and, we're always making one another better, and there's such a talented defense, and it was only a matter of time, when there's going to be a game like this, when they get those many turnovers, and it showed, and it just helps us out offensively, with position, on the field, and just getting those turnovers and helping us get that spark. So they were amazing tonight.
Hey, Christian, congrats on the win. And just curious, when Coach called the 80-yard bomb, did you know that you were going to be that wide open? Did you see something right away? And then what did you think of the fans in the stands tonight?
It was just the play all week, we had seen on film, just based off of what we've put on film, that they were going to bite on some out routes, some deep out routes. And when the play was called, I think I just fair caught a punt, and Andy ran on the field and was like, we're calling the play. You're going to go 80 yards for a touchdown. And so it was just kind of one of those where your heart starts beating a little fast, but, you just got to be in the moment and be calm and be cool. And so, once I motioned in, we saw we got the look, and it was just on me to beat my guy. But, the fans in the stand was good. The energy was great, in pregame warm-ups. And, every time you're in that stadium, no matter if it's 20,000 or 100,000, it's just always fun to play in, the bright lights and, just the atmosphere. But, it was good to have fans, be in front of fans again, and, obviously get a big win in front of them.
Christian, somebody who didn't watch this game might look at Kyler's stats and say 9 completions, kind of pedestrian, but how would you describe his influence on that game?
Well, I mean, you saw what he did with his legs, and, some crucial runs, on the scramble drill and even on some called runs. He's just so special with the ball in his hands. And so, anytime that happens, there's good things are going to balls in his hands. And so, You know, I know, like you said, it was only 9 completions, but there were some really big, you know, completions and some big-time plays there to help us get this win. So it was just one of those days. Sometimes it happens like that where he's not going to pass for, you know, 300-400 yards, but, you know, the scoreboard said it all.
All right, we'll wrap it up with the last 3, Bob, Josh, Catherine.
Christian, was that on the first touchdown, was that the shortest pass you ever caught in your life?
It might have been. I don't even know how long it was. I'm sure it was like 6 yards or something like that, but it's nice when it goes on the stat board as a catch, as a receiving touchdown. So, you know, anytime you get one of those little shovel passes, it's nice to get in the end zone.
Hey, Christian, can you kind of talk about and walk me through how tough of a catch that was, that 80-yard catch, being in full stride and being able to slow down enough or calm down enough, I guess, to make that catch and still stay in stride?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, you know, I believe preparation breeds success. And this summer, that was one of the, you know, kind of passes that Trent Sherfield and, you know, Chase Edmonds were out there, you know, from February, you know, March till, you know, training camp started, you know, religiously out there every weekend, you know, in 105-degree weather, you know, working on that right there. And we always ended our workouts on a deep post. You know, Chris Trevor was out there throwing to us this offseason, and so we made it a thing that, you know, we're going to finish no matter how tired we were on a deep post. If you dropped it, if it was overthrown, you had to go back and do it again. And that I'd say about 70 of the 100 routes that we ran, those deep posts, you know, they ended like that. So, you know, it's just when you're prepared and you've done it before, you know, there's no type of anxiety and there's no doubt in your mind that you can make that type of play.
Christian, on that same play, I think there was like a fraction of a second where I don't even want to say stumbled, like it was smaller than that, but just when did you know for sure, like, I've got this and I'm going to complete all of this?
I was worried about my hamstring for a little bit at first because, you know, when you're running that fast, you kind of stretch out like that. It can get a little scary. But, you know, I was mainly just, you know, number one focus here and then, you know, keeping my legs. You know, if I needed to go down, I was going to go down. But, you know, I was able to keep my speed up, keep my legs, and get in the end zone, make sure nobody was up behind me to trip me up. But it was just a good feeling, you know, all week, anticipating that play and us completing it like that.